Hey gang, what's going on? It's been a while since I've put a video out, and this one's just going to be kind of an update and a little bit of story time. Had some funny things happen this week I just gotta share. And I'll change the names to protect the not so innocent. Just funny. Some of the calls that I get. But we do have an unboxing here, and it's from Doug and Sandra in Alabama. So it looks like I've got a couple of Alabama plates. I remember Doug saying that he was going to be having his wife send me a vintage Alabama plate and a current. So let's get the Kershaw Oh So Sweet out and make sure we're not going to cut into a note. While I'm opening this up, I'll tell you one of the stories. Neighbors ask me to help them a lot, and I am always more than happy to help them out. I had one neighbor, he rolled the belt on his Skag mower, and he brought it down as the main drive belt that goes back to the electric clutch, and he brought it down for me to change that belt out. And we were just doing a bunch of talking, this, that, and the other. Got finished. He hopped back on his Skag and headed back home. And then I remembered that he didn't take his owner's manual with him when he left, so I gave him a quick call. But then I heard this ringing. Well, he left his phone too. So I had to grab up the manual, grab up his phone, take it down to him, and he just said, "Don't say a word." Didn't say a word. So I'm sharing, but I'm not saying a word about who that was. And then another situation that was just hysterical. I get a text from another neighbor. "My key is not working in my car. I can get in my car, I'm in my car, in the garage, but my key won't turn the ignition on." Okay, I'll be right down. So I get down there. Now, this person has two vehicles, a GMC pickup and a Cadillac Escalade. And this person hands me the keys, and I immediately notice I've got GMC keys in my hands. And this person's wanting to start the Cadillac. So I said, nonchalantly, I said, "Well, let's try the other set of keys." Okay. So this person goes in, grabs the other set of keys, which happens to be the Cadillac Escalade keys. Gets in and it starts right up. And this person's like, "Well, what in the world's going on? Why doesn't this other key work?" And I said, "Look at the other key." The person looked at the other key, and it still didn't dawn on him. And I said, "Were you wanting to take the truck or the Cadillac into town?" And they said, "The Cadillac." I said, "Okay, look at the keys." I looked at the keys again. Ah, shh! He just grabbed the wrong set of keys. So these are some of the calls that I get, and some of the things that happen beyond just taking care of the repairs or helping somebody out. Some of it's really comical, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. Okay, I've got the plates. Let me check for a note. Okay, there's no note in the envelope. Is there one between the... Okay, we have no note, but that's okay. That's fine. Wow, what a pretty plate. Heart of Dixie. It looks like a heron. Well, how about I just show you guys? It's a pretty plate. Got a mountain scenery in the background. Got the heron down there. And then down here, Heart of Dixie. Beautiful plate. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Doug and Sandra, very much for that. And we have a, wow, another Heart of Dixie plate that actually says antique vehicle on it in Alabama. It is a steel plate. It has been used quite well. Well used, well loved plate. And I love these plates like this that have just been abused. But it's neat that it says antique vehicle and it appears to be a very old plate. How's that for awesome? 3,500, 35,005. That's neat. I wonder, it makes you wonder what vehicle that was on. So I've got historic plates on the bill, and I'm getting historic plates for Clifford. And I've also, it's just another story, I've also switched my insurance over for those two modes of transportation, for the bill and for Clifford, which would be the 73 Honda CB350 4-cylinder and the 1992 GMC Sierra. I've switched them over to Haggerty Insurance. My premium was $588 a year for both through my conventional insurance. Now my insurance is $386, $202 less a year for the premiums for those two vehicles. And the limited mileage doesn't bother me because I don't drive either one of those, or I don't drive or ride either one of those enough to exceed the mileage limits. So that's why Clifford's also going to get a historic plate. As soon as a vehicle is 25 years old here in Indiana, which Clifford just reached, they qualify for historic plates. So that was kind of neat. And then in the same kind of news, which is kind of irrelevant but at the same time relevant, changed my driver's license over to show that I'm a U.S. Navy veteran, so I can get discounts all over everywhere. That's always cool, right? I mean, there's 10% discounts all over town that I've discovered from other older neighbors who have their veterans mark on their licenses. But it was suggested to me by the clerk to just take my DD-214 around with me until it's time to renew my license. That way I'm not having to pay twice, because if I had done it right now, so that I didn't actually change my license yet, but it's going to get changed, it would cost me twice to get my driver's license because it would still expire at the same time. So I would have to pay to change my license now, and then again when I renew it at its regularly scheduled programming time. So anyway, you guys haven't seen a whole lot from me. The main reason why you haven't seen a lot from me here as of late is because I have not driven Clifford or Old Blue since I've gotten the bill dialed in. Started out, I was getting about 35 miles to a gallon. Knew that wasn't right. So did the cam chain tension, valve setting, carb adjustments, just minor carb adjustments. Just tuned and just went through a bunch of different little things. Went from 35 miles per gallon to 50 miles per gallon, and my last fill up was yesterday, and I'm now up to 60 miles per gallon, and the motorcycle claims 61 miles per gallon in advertisements. So I've got the bill back up to its original standards as far as miles per gallon go. And I think it's a 2.7 gallon gas tank. Don't quote me on that, but I mean, you know, that'll give me 120 miles I can put on it and still have 0.7 gallons in the tank to make it to a fuel station. I'm running only ethanol free fuel in it, as well as a little bit of sea foam with each tank full. And it is just, like I said, I've not driven Old Blue or Clifford at all for the last 350 miles of road travel. I've just been having a blast on the bill, so that's why there hasn't been a lot of video. There also has not been much at all in the way of repairs other than the skag with the drive belt that I just mentioned. So, and I believe last year I did a video on changing the belt on the skag, if memory serves. Don't quote me on that. But Doug and Sandra absolutely love that plate as a fantastic example of a bygone era preserved in the plate. Thank you very, very much for being willing to let go of this and send it to me. I absolutely love it. And of course, I love scenic plates as well. So thank you for both. Very, very, very much. Greatly appreciated. And these are going to go up on the wall. The only thing I'm going to do is that curve right there, I'm going to have to straighten out a little bit just so that it will sit flat on the wall. So that's it. That rounds it out. This is your friendly neighborhood Zippo. It's been about 11 minutes. I will see you guys on the next one. And if you would, please tickle that like button. Later.